Bienvenidos, Virgos. Home is the vibe. I felt so much mixed energies with your energy, Virgo. And so we are calling in your collective for the highest and greatest good involved. I first and foremost want to say thank you to your soul for guiding you to be in this space. Whether you are a Virgo sun, moon, and rising, or south or north node, that does not matter. We all have Virgo in our charts somewhere, and your soul has guided you here to listen to the messages that is divinely aligned for your highest and greatest good. Whether you are here because you are a cross watcher or you just happen to just jump on the live here, your soul has guided you here, and I thank you for honoring your intuition and its guidance in bringing you forth over here. I always give thanks to the Most High to align me in the space where those that are divinely aligned with this message can receive this message, that the Most High and my highest self step my ego to the side and use me as a divine messenger, as a divine conduit, so that I can channel from a pure place for you. So just putting that out there. If there is any messages that you do not resonate with, remember that this is a general collective message, so not all messages will be for you. However, I do invite you to be connected with your higher self and listen to your intuition and have healthy discernment in knowing what messages are for you. We also in this space like to invite in divine intervention. This is my will, and if it is your will, you just have to will it and accept it to be so. To invite divine intervention in removing any and all false lights, projections, or messages that is absolutely not for you. To remove it out of your experience, remove it out of your mind, remove it out of your spaces here, so that you can just stay in tuned and aligned with the messages that are for your highest and greatest good. However, if there is any messages that you do not resonate with, but it is indeed a message for your highest and greatest good, then that means that you will be shown through the divine intervention that we invite in tangible confirmations to validate that this message is indeed from your soul, from heart to heart, soul to soul, to you, for the elevation and expansion of your soul's growth, for your highest and greatest good. And so we like to give thanks in advance to the Most High and our spiritual team, our divine council, our souls, for connecting with one another in the astrals, in the ethers, to align in this space here and now, so that I can deliver these messages. We give thanks in advance because we're good for it. Is it 11:11 on the clock? Hello, Monarch 11. Hello. Greetings, everyone. We are just getting started with your energies, Virgo. And like I said, starting with there was a massive, like zoom vibration. And I was like, okay, silence and sound frequencies, music is a thing. Like your levels of sensitivity is up. And this is good. I really was also getting like even certain foods, maybe certain foods are just like not really calling to you, or you're being called to like shift certain foods. I'm not really sure. It could be like a lot more fruits, a lot more and water, right? I just drank water too. But a lot of channeling here. All right. I was getting, in regards to needing to make decisions and tapping into your source, your energy. I'm not sure who or what needs to make a decision here, but I'm getting like, relying on your intuition. They're saying like, it's not wrong to, thank you. It's not wrong to listen to like other people's opinions or advice, but not to rely on other people or advice for your decision making, but rather to know how to make decisions for yourself. Something about like more independency for ya Virgo, as opposed to like, and there's a difference of like independency and like loneliness. Like there's still something about being and working with the collective while having to be more independent, whether it's more independent with your money or your work or your lifestyle, but also contributing to like the collective by the way of like your work or your healing or of being of service in different ways here, and really allowing yourself to grow into that space where your confidence is owned by your own self-validation here. I do feel like y'all are highly sexual at this time as well. There could be like I'm getting like highly sexual energy. Excuse me. Really high sexual energy here, moving that energy around and like creative endeavors, taking action on the ideas that's being given to you here. There's a lot of major changes, that's right, because the South Node is in Virgo. As we're doing this reading today, actually, there's the moon is in Pisces and it's going to conjoin the North Node. So even though y'all are not Pisces, that's your sister sign here. So, and y'all are the South Node. So these North Node activations are also going to activate y'all to shake and release things and purge things, to make changes to align with the North Node that you are quite used to. So this could be like, things that made sense to you before, like, you might have to go in the space of like, what? This doesn't really make sense, but go into trusting your process of releasing that which you think you know. It's like an unlearning to relearn process here in certain experiences, and it could be a little bit uncomfortable. So for those of you who don't know, like the North Node is where we are all as a collective, we're going towards, right? This is the North that we're moving towards. We're going towards this, and we're leaving the South Node behind, right? And so that's difficult for Virgo, because that means your identity, who you have known yourself to be, is to be left behind as a phoenix rising into this new self, this new being of who am I? How, what is this version looking like, right? And exploring this. And the North Node and Pisces can be very chaotic in a sense, where like, if it was in Virgo, it'll be a bit more organized and structured and, maybe make a little bit more fucking sense, as opposed to like confusion, right? Of the Piscean energy. But the Piscean energy, like the Virgo energy, is the healer energy. It has healer, but Piscean energy is also a healer. It's your magic, right? Your natural magic, your psychic ability, your clairvoyance, all your clairs, your subconscious mind, which is your primary waters, right? And some of y'all are feeling this, your primal waters like so active, like you're like, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. If you catch my drift. I'm just saying, it's very fucking lit. And so I feel this energy really good for y'all. Like, I feel like maybe some of y'all are going to feel a little bit confused, but I'm not really feeling that a lot of you are going to be confused. I feel like maybe y'all were confused, and these activations are more like just confirmations of knowing what you had to let go of, knowing what this decision of what you're letting go, who you're letting go, how you're letting go, what you're moving into your new identity, your new way of living, your new way of being, and owning that and claiming it and feeling rejuvenated, recharged, refreshed in it. And just really being in that vibration. My crown chakra is like zoom, zoom, zoom. So y'all could be getting a lot of crown chakra activations. If you're feeling a little bit like imbalanced or lightheaded, or you have a headache, just maybe practice a little bit more grounding, getting grounded. That could just be that you're getting crown chakra activations here. This could be, I also feel it like a secretion or anointing of your crown chakra, like where it was dull, where it was bended, where it was tilted. And for some of you, it's a brand new fucking crown. Like you was like, oh, I wore that crown from this era to this era, and now I got anointed and appointed this crown for this era here. And really being in that energy. And that energy comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with a lot, because with great power comes great responsibility. And God don't give you nothing you can't handle. And God is saying you can handle the responsibilities of the task at hand. This is appointed to you. This is anointed to you. And a queen and a king need to know how to make decisions, right? Despite what tyrants may want to do, despite what people of the other people want to do, despite that, sitting with your counsel, this could be your spiritual counsel, this could be your physical spiritual counsel, right? This could be just all the faculties in your mind, whatever it is, this counsel, sitting with counsel. If it's difficult for you to come to a conclusion, taking a vote, sitting with it through and knowing like, okay, if I can't make this decision, then I'm going to do it by vote of my counsel. And going with that, and if there's mistakes, know that you can always course correct whatever mistakes is there. However, this is a time of massive change and transformation for ya anyway. Yes, make decisions like a monarch. Yes, word. So these decisions are gonna make changes and ripples in your life, here to illuminate and awaken not just your power, but also where you're going, how you're moving, and it's still in the place. It's just like bringing light into the darkness. You may not see that far ahead, but it still gives you some clarity, right? It brings you, and if you heard my dryer, pardon, but it brings you some clarity and direction in that space. And so there's a lot that's being offered and delivered to you to receive as well, a lot of abundance. And there's a thing about like, don't be so high on your high horse that you forget to give gratitude for the things that you have, right? And sometimes we don't realize like we have enough or a lot, right? Or we have everything we need and we feel like we need more. And spirit is open to giving you more, and it's like, what more do you want? So being specific in your wants, but also are you taking care of, or are you being responsible of what it is that you already have with gratitude, with a light heart? Some of y'all are going through breakups. I'm getting like some of y'all are going through massive breakups, and so you're healing of the heart. Oh yeah, thank you. So the healing is coming up because y'all are healers. Also, y'all are light healers, light workers here. I'm getting like screaming like a siren, and some of you, and I just did that like the other day, y'all. I'm not even the Virgo, but like I mentioned to those of you that are here, like maybe you know it's the Virgo part of your chart is calling on to you, but checking what house it's in to but letting go, and it's almost like a celebration with an agony, also like a bittersweet experience, like knowing it had to be done, knowing that this is something that you were like settling in a space that wasn't for you. So you can quite literally be, your whole life can be changing right now. And Spirit is like, keep your heart open. Don't keep it closed. Keep exploring this new version of you. Keep allowing the healing in. You're going to have a support system of your friends. You're going to have the support system of your loved ones. Here you are, more supported than you actually realize. It's kind of what I'm getting here. And so just embracing the experience, and like, if you are celebrating this, then celebrate it, and with no shame, with no guilt, but with liberation and freedom and excitement for this new chapter. Right? Don't be so hard on yourself. You know, some of y'all may struggle with either anxiety or depression, or like something like just chronic lethargia. And so keeping your body movements moving at this time is gonna be a good thing for you during the month of February here. You have Justice in the bottom of the deck. So there's a balancing here happening. Justice is also on your side, or justice is serving where justice needs to be due. So wherever the balance is to course correct and balance here. If there is, some of y'all can quite literally be in going through a divorce or something like that, or there could be some paperwork, or something going on here. But let's get into it here. Let's see here. What messages do we have for my Virgos? Virgos, y'all are fucking popping. I really like this energy for y'all. Yeah, a lot of self-love. What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Right? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? I need a heart, because a heart can be broken and it can be mended and it can grow and it can be stronger than ever before, because I am all that I am. I am the embodiments of love. There was massive chaotic emotions and turbulence here while the divine is trying to pour into your cup, but it was hard for you to see that the divine was pouring into your cup. Maybe you were resisting or not even going, because you were just so focused on here that you just was like, empty me. I'd rather be empty. You felt depleted. You felt like you were lacking or anything, love, or in that space. And you come to great revelations and reflections and transcendence with the way that you were emotionally fulfilling yourself, or tricking yourself into emotional fulfillment is better. Yeah. So rather than trying to convince yourself to be emotionally fulfilled due to the circumstances or the attachments of the material things or the people around, that's made logical sense of, for your ideology of your reality, you've come to a space of like, fuck it, let me be in my chaos, let me be in the realms of like the unknown and embrace here so you emptied your cup so that you can be filled, and not so much just being filled, but so that you overflow into the lives of others with reciprocal energy that is an ever-flowing waterfall here. So from chaotic waters, and some of y'all probably still in your chaotic waters here, or balancing your chaotic waters and your flowy waters here. But a lot of emotions here. Yeah, it was, y'all needed to make a decision. It felt really hard, really tough for y'all. It was eating at y'all. But let's see here. Oh, that was quick, fast. The Death card. The death card, y'all quite literally had to put things to rest, put things to an end. Y'all are going through a death rebirth period. This is endings. This could be relationship endings. This could be careers endings, ideologies endings. But y'all are, and again, y'all in the South Node. So these next 17 months are going to be crucial to your endings and beginnings and changes in this way. If your moon is in Virgo, this is a more internal way of expression. So this could be like your internal dialogue and how you communicate with yourself, that there's things that needs to be put to rest. Your perception is going to be changing. You're over analytical, over critical and stuff like this. You're going to get massive hard truths or shocks to your system, awakenings even, right? That's going to be challenging what it is that you know. If it's your rising, this is challenge, like death to your identity, like I mentioned earlier, right? Like everything just like really shifting and changing. If it's your sun sign, this is, things are even, traumas where your ego was attached to, things that had any connection to your child, things that had any connection to your identity as well in a different way than the rising sign. Anything that had similarities or reflections or connection to your father even, right? And just really bringing an illumination to those areas in that space to bring an ending once and for all from that cycle. So that you don't have to continue to deplete yourself. Let's see here. Tell me a little bit more for Virgo for the month of February here. There could be even like just masculine energies I'm hearing. They said it doesn't have to be specifically fathers, and for some people it is, but for some people, because it's just, it could be their internal masculine energies or just masculine energies in general of like their, how depleted, or the energy was in like major changes. Yeah, wow. Okay, so y'all were fighting the truth here. Y'all were fighting to let this go. Y'all were resisting the victory that's actually being anointed to y'all, like the success, maybe prolonging success, or like, sometimes God or your ancestors or your higher self wants to give you certain gifts or certain things, but it's not difficult for them, but excuse me, they won't give it to us at certain times. I just finished eating, y'all, so I apologize. Like, I'm just burping like crazy while I'm channeling, right? And I be burping when I channel. Anyway, sometimes the Most High wants to anoint and give certain things, but perhaps, there's someone there that if you are given this too soon, you may not be responsible enough to maintain it or do it, or know what to do with it, or the other person's energy can deplete you from your resources, can be taking taking this from you to where they're getting the advantage of it, and you're excited for them and everything like that, but then it's not really moving everyone in the correct space. So they're not getting the victory that is really anointed to them. You're not really getting the victory that's anointed to yourself. And it's just kind of like ego stroking, and it stays in the space of confusion. So this energy is being moved, Spirit is telling me, move this energy around, accept the truth with radical acceptance and for what it actually is, whether you like it or not, and allow that this is actually divine protection for you, wherever there's rejection, wherever there's changes, wherever this is divine protection for you, so that you can continue on your correct course, having victory and favor on your course, the blessings coming through in your favor. Queen of Cups in the bottom of the deck. You have a strong psychic energy. You have a strong intuition. You are a healer. You have a strong connection with water even, right? So abundance is your natural currency anyways. And so you're never truly gonna lack. But imagine if there was a sense of feeling lack, a sense of feeling depleted, a sense of feeling drained, a sense of feeling like this is not it, and you have a lot, then just imagine how much more Source can give you when you take out the lack mentality or the scarcity or the things that don't belong because of possession. There's something here about possession here, letting go of possessions and detaching from it because it's a material thing. Tell me a little bit more here for my Virgos. This could be a person. This could be decluttering, downsizing. Yeah, the ego stuff here. This is about, I feel like some of you are asking yourselves, like, did I make a bad decision? Did I make the wrong decision? Could I have done things differently? And these are not bad questions to ask, but it's also about like not dwelling on guilt or shame or like you had to make the decision to overcome parts of yourself even that were trying to like hold you back, keep you stuck, keep you in the same like there's a 5 of Swords here. You could be probably like constantly mentally fighting yourself, which is probably why it was difficult to make a decision, because you didn't want to make the wrong decision. So you were looking everywhere for the decision to make that for you. There could have been a something with a car. Yeah, energy also wanted to come out, but I'm going to show you here. These cars flipped over. All right. In the bottom of the deck, let me show you all these cards here. The bottom of the deck, you have the Magician energy here. And I quite literally feel like this is you getting into your power, being in your power, really embracing your natural magic, remembering how your laughter, remembering how you communicate with air, how hugging a tree makes so much love to the earth that it springs new leaves and flowers and blooms the earth. Oh my God, I feel that for you. It's just so beautiful. I'm going to hold this Magician card up, right? Like really tapping into your naturalness. How when you swim with the water, it's like you're a mermaid, a siren, a fish, a shark, a whale, like all the beings, an octopus, and really just the wave and the ocean and the moisture in it and being, just existence and creation. And when you are in your fire, in your flame, you just magnetically attract and create simultaneously within your chi, in your power, and it naturally purifies anything that isn't in alignment with your fire, with your flame, by the light of my grace and the light of the flame, and it just like really just like whoever got to get burned naturally gets burned as a purifying energy but me staying in my power. And it's wild. You cannot contain fire. I am a wild one. I am a wild one. Yeah, I like this energy. Yeah, I'm sweating. I don't know if y'all can see my sweat, but this is like, but yeah, so y'all are in your energy as well. So some of you Maybe by the end of February, you feel like you're coming into your power. For some of you, you were already in hermit mode and you were feeling like, you know what, I'm stepping out of hermit mode. I'm tapping into the magician energy here. Now, keep in mind, the magician comes before the hermit. So the hermit actually has a greater, or gains a greater wisdom. So this could also be, and Mercury is your natural ruler. This is a mercurial card. Mercury is your natural ruler. Mercury is in Aquarius right now. So there could be quite literally, like, even the magic that you explored and felt yourself to be, you're probably going back to the basics through the darkness with this new profound light here, to allow yourself to unlock new magical powers within. Or this could be like you soul searching for your magic, to bring magic back into your life. And spirit is like, just connect with the elementals and being back in that power. But remember that the hermit ends up with a greater wisdom than the magician, because the magician is still using like the physical altars and the external stuff. Not to say that we all have physical altars, whether we realize it or not, right? Like we cook, right? And we use ingredients in our food to create, whether it's potions or a meal, concoction, witch's brew, which could be a soup or a tea or something like that, right? So, but this is a higher wisdom, right, in that space. So it's more in the astral realm. It's more in the etheric realm. It's more spiritual lessons in there through the soul. It's soul magic. It's miracles, remembering the miracle that you are. This is making magic happen for you. This is reconnecting with your soul. And your soul bringing you to reconnect with magic, but also allowing yourself to embrace how different or new your magic is, and not to compare it to the past of how it was. And then you have here, some of y'all could have been, y'all had to make a hard decision. Some of y'all, this decision was in regards to a relationship here. So you have the Page of Cups here, and then you have the Queen of Swords here. So somebody could have been in a situation or circumstances where they were trying to be soft, they were trying to be gentle, they were trying to be compassionate and loving in this experience, and like more submissive in this experience, but they ended up having to be in their dominance. They found themselves being really harsh spoken, tough, making that hard decision, cold, and needing to like G-check even. Like maybe there could have been a battle of the egos or something, and like you I left myself very vulnerable to you. I left myself very soft and gentle and open, and you abused that, or you challenged me, or you whatever. And I have no other choice but to sit in the seat of my throne and make this hard decision and show you my sword. You will not abuse me. There could have been some actual abuse, and I'm sorry for those that may have had to go through physical abuse or verbal abuse, mental abuse, any form of abuse. Abuse is abuse. And I thank you for taking the time to honor your soul and protecting yourself and standing up for yourself, or moving in the ways that you needed to move here to create safety back into your life, to be vulnerable back to you and pour love back to you, because you are worthy. I'm getting really emotional here. I feel like you went through a lot of trauma, a lot of hardships here, and I'm getting a lot of different stories, so that's why the flow is in different ways. But I feel like somebody quite literally had to like move for their life or change for their life. Like you had to become strong because of how empathic you are, how gentle, how soft, how just taking a moment here to honor this present moment and remembering that we are safe in this now moment. That everything from the past happened so that you can grow the experience to be the strongest, most powerful, most beautiful version of yourself. And that while you may not have deserved those situations or people to do those things, you have overcome it and you are here now and you are transforming into a beautiful, beautiful, powerful being. And I thank you for existing. I thank you for honoring your voice. I thank you for honoring your intuition, for honoring your mind, honoring your body, honoring your spirit. I'm literally hearing like you have ancestors that are savages and they will fuck shit up for you. Had to move to save my life, gave all my faith to God. I feel you. And thank you for honoring. You know, we can't necessarily run away from our problems, but sometimes moving is the answer, right? So there's a lot of healing that's going on here for you Virgos. Okay. Tell me a little bit more here. For some of you, this is just coming out of a relationship, going into a space of like nurturing yourself more, forgiving yourself, even moving on without an apology. Like, you know, because who was it? I don't even remember. Like there was another sign that was like, oh, you know, apology needs to be done. I feel like with you Virgos, it's like moving on with or without the apology. Like just really moving on to reclaim your power back and be with you. And it doesn't, you're forgiving yourself for you. You're forgiving circumstances or whatever it is that you want to forgive for yourself, not necessarily because it's, you know, somebody else telling you that this is what you need to forgive or something like that, right? I'm going to go into the fairies in just a moment. I just want to see, tell me a little bit more here for the month of February for you Virgos here. Tell me about my Virgos. Yeah. There was fears. You were feeling trapped. You were feeling stuck. This could have been an actual marriage. And again, the hostility or whatever and the chase and the running and going and impulsiveness and stuff like that. But you ran. Run away from me, baby. Run away. And like, see, this is the thing, right? Like even the North Node, the shadow side of it could be like escapisms, right? But like sometimes Virgos don't even take the opportunity to escape from a certain situations because they're like, can I make this work? Maybe if I moved it around this way or I did this and like, you know, trying to reorganize or restructure the place to try to make it work, that it's like you could deplete yourself. And the Piscean side is like, listen, we finna go. No, let's just go. We out, right? And so, you know, you really left so that you can go and do the shadow works. And that's, you know, to find new love, new companionship, to bring safety and the promise to your family, to your loved ones. And you have ancestral protection behind your fears, right? So they're with you, they're watching you, they're supporting you, and you are in the midst of the journey right now of recollecting your power back during your soul's journey here. Quite literally, again, some of you are going through a divorce, some of you are just going through a separation, but all in all, this is a reunion of the soul. here. And in the bottom of the deck you have the fairy godmother. Yeah, a lot of divine mother energy, supportive energy, and I feel that. So let's see here what messages we have from the fae here for my lovely Virgos. Even though that energy is intense and it was hard and you had to get away from that, and maybe this is stuff that you're still healing through for the month of February, do not let the fears of and like let other communication in where you don't have to continue to feed the old narrative. You want to let go of your fears. Yeah, so I feel called to read both here. So the number 59 could be significant to you, but this is the Borishis Badach. It's hard to read there in the bottom because of the script here. And then you have the Lion, and it came out in reverse, but I'm going to read it. And this is the number 65, which could be significant to you here. All right, and I just feel guided to read both. I am also going to pull some dice here and runes. I'm actually feeling called to do both here for you. Wow, went straight to the feline. Yeah, I'm going to read this. The feline. Maybe some of you Virgos have like Leos involved in your picture or something like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be. This could just be very much you regaining your strength, you regaining your power back, you coming into a new awakening, right? We go through massive spiritual awakenings throughout our whole life. And so just a new profound happiness after the darkness, right? So let's see here. It says the feline, getting it right. Delayed completions. Tidying up loose ends. So before I read this could also be where, because of the escapism, your soul is like, you may have run away from the person, but you can't run away from the lesson. So the part of it, of the hermit journey is to reunite with the soul's learning of the lesson without bringing your fears of the past with you. You're letting go of this energy here. You're letting go of feeling trapped. Because you can't run away every time. So it's not about making it a habit of running away each time or this and that. It's because now at that point you're running away from yourself, and you're being called to run towards yourself. Okay, so let's see here. And if there was certain delays, like the more closer you are to your source, the more closer you are to your magic, to your being, the more forward movement you're going to see. So any rejections or delayed is spiritual protection is because of, remember, okay, so spirit couldn't give you certain things because of the people that was around, because of how it was going to be taken from you, manipulated, abused, used, mishandled, misdirected, etc. But even after the fact of those people leaving, spirit's like, this is still anointed to you, but I need you to be able to be grateful for what it is that you have now, work with what it is that you have, and so that I can see that you're capable of holding it responsibly, so that you don't repeat a pattern, so I can actually give it to you. So it's not a no, it's a I have it for you, you're gonna get it in a moment. And I feel like a lot of y'all are actually coming into February with either getting it, receiving it, because you come closer to yourself. You come to the space of like, I remember me, I got me, I honor my children, I honor the land, I honor my mother, I honor my father, I honor creation. And honoring the fact that like we attract all kinds of being, good, bad, and indifferent. And knowing to be in your magic, in your power, just by existing, by being, but still honoring That no is an entire sentence, complete sentence that does not need further explanation, that does not need, anything. It's okay to say no. That's it. All right, let me keep reading. Oh, I don't see. Oh, okay. Brian notes that this is the accusing, offended expression we see on the cat's face, saying, I have my dinner at 5 o'clock. Brian adds that the feline is also known as a slight accusation or an accusation of slight. One of my cats, that Maggie, is the feline's first cousin and has mastered the family expression. She uses it for all sorts of things, but I have often seen it elsewhere as well. I may even have used it myself once or twice. We know the feline is near, nodding his head, when we hear remarks like, I thought you'd have my shirt ironed for me. You said you'll get the brakes fixed. Or you mean that report isn't done yet? I'm going to read those again because we know the feline is near, nodding his head when we hear remarks like, I thought you'll have my shirt ironed for me. You said you get the brakes fixed. You mean that report isn't done yet? The feline speaks to us when we know we deserve it but are pretending we don't. His is the voice that whispers in our ears just as we try to settle down with a good book, a new computer game, or our favorite luxury activities, and we experience that old familiar guilty feeling. Alcohol only drowns him out temporarily and gives people hangovers as well. So it is not an unusual remedy, although it is widely used. In fact, that particular avoidance tactic usually causes the feline to raise his voice even louder the next morning in a particularly piercing tone. He makes lists of things we haven't done, shaking his head over them and muttering, "Tis, tis." These are the things we could and should have taken care of by now, but haven't. This is his job, and he does it well. Sometimes, though, he just wishes we would do our job so that he can go play first one over the hill, gets to kiss the fairy maid, or munch on some chocolate-covered thistles with his friends, or take naps in the heather, instead of having to work overtime, nagging at us. In a reading, the feline looks out for the feline looks out of his card accusingly, reminding us of the things undone, promises unkept, and duties unfulfilled. He says that we can't expect to have things go right when we are trailing so much, and then page number is 177, trailing so much unfinished business behind us. Dragging that stuff around tires us. It uses up energy that we need for other things. If we would just take care of these things that cause so much mental and sometimes physical clutter, we would suddenly find that we have a lot more energy at our disposal to do the things that we really want to do. And probably much more cooperation from others as well. He especially suggests that we take care of the little things that matter take care of the little things that matter to others. We will feel so much better when we have done that, and so will he. When this energy is in reverse, which it fell out in reverse, right? It says, wait a minute. Whose idea was this anyway? He asks us to consider whose oughts and shoulds entangle us with feelings of guilt. Have we taken on a lot of unrealistic and unfair or planned silly demands from others? Are these old, irrelevant, emotional programs we carry around from the past? The feline turns upside down, suggesting that we need to make a careful accounting of our guilty feelings and to decide how many of them actually are our duty and how many are simply the results of other people making unfair or unrealistic demands of us. We collude with this by acquiescing to such demands. He also suggests that we take a look at how many of these unfinished tasks actually belong to others, but have been taken on by us in a misguided attempt to be helpful or to appear obliging. Are we trying to make martyrs of ourselves? If so, it may well be that one part of us says aloud the foolish thing, "Oh, let me do that for you," while another part says silently and mostly ignored, "It would be better all around if they did it for themselves." This sets up a conflict within us, and these conflicts use up a lot of energy, leaving us drained and unable to get on with our lives. These feelings can even be the cause of serious depression. The way to resolve this one is either to do the job and then be smart enough to not make any more promises like that, or to give notice to the other people involved that we hereby hand them back their own responsibilities. This is hard stuff, but well worth the effort in present relief and future peace. The feline would like to be our friend. He would like to read over our shoulders while we curl up with the good old books. He'll like to dance in front of the computer screen while we play those new games, or ride the golf balls while we happily hit. Have you any idea of how much fun it is to ride a golf ball as I make a hole in one? He asks. He can't do this until we can play with a clear conscience. The longer we put these duties off, the grumpier and more demanding and more shrill voiced he gets. But when our tasks are done, he becomes a feline, and no one is more magnificent than that. I must go now. That Maggie says it's time for me to do my duties of tossing the catnip mouse for the little cats to chase so that we all can get some of our daily exercise. And this is the third time she had to remind me already. Anyway, I finished these quote-unquote starter thoughts for you now. I do hope they give you some pleasure and other wonderful things. In fairy, secrets are whispered in the shapes of a wing or a fairy hue. Ooh. So take time to process that as we go into this other card. The Budach. The bodacious budach. All right, here. Strap my leg. Give me one moment. The bodacious budach. Meddling, tampering, sabotage, helpful, quote unquote, helpful fixing, order. The budach, or old man in Scots Gaelic, means well. He likes to fix things. He drops down chimneys at night and tidies up for you. If you don't have a chimney, he'll find another way in. You left a stack of papers on your desk, he'll file them for you, probably in somebody else's desk. No one put away the unclean roast beef. He'll assume you don't want it and give it to the neighbor's dog. He's not the fairy who ties elf locks in your hair and makes bits of it stand out in odd directions while you sleep. That's just a cousin of his. He has far more important work to do. The budach is a meddler. He will tell you, if you catch him, that he means well. It's just that things never turn out quite as he expects them to. He feels that you should be grateful for his so-called help. Even while you clean the metaphorical eggs off the metaphorical walls, he is amazed when you are not. Although his feelings are easily hurt by your lack of appreciation, he is persistent. He will just redouble his efforts to be helpful. The only way to discourage him is to tidy up your own loose ends and clutter. Here we have loose ends and clutter again. I'm sure you know people like the budach. They helpingly answer your phone and take down the wrong message. Then they lose it and give you a garbled verbal version. Worse yet, they give you other people's messages from you to that not exactly or even nearly what was said. On the rare occasion that they do pass something on accurately, it's either something you never meant to pass on, or it is said specifically to the wrong person. The budach also likes to gossip. The budach used to steal naughty children, but has evidently decided they are not worth having. However, he does pinch them in their sleep sometimes and give them nightmares. It is said that one can keep him away by putting salt on the hearth, but don't you believe it? He is like an ant. The only way to really keep him away is to not have anything around that may attract him. Tidy up your clutter, physical, mental, and emotional. In a reading, someone somewhere is meddling uninvited in the issue. It may be you, it may be someone else. See, if you can work out who it is and begin to untangle the messy web that has been woven of confusion and disorder and misunderstanding, so much worse than our own natural disorder. It will take a great firmness to get this person to keep his sticky fingers out of your affairs, or you to keep yours out of the affairs of others. The amount of tact you use in sorting this out is up to you, but the budach type person doesn't usually notice hints. Remember, whoever it is says they mean well. They may even believe that. It is very hard to believe that the Bodech bad's results are always just an accident, as he insists. He may believe this, but we don't have to. The word sabotage comes to mind. If you don't want the Bodach hanging around looking for ways to help, make sure you don't leave things in the wrong place or dangle any loose ends. He might find some bodacious things to do with it. In reverse, actually, the Bodach is one of the brownies, who mostly are hopeful little spirits around the house. Every little once in a while, his essential brownie nature breaks through, and he does truly helpful things. When he does, reward him, or whoever it is in your life who normally gets it wrong, and just this once they have gotten it right. Gratitude and praise are in order. Maybe he'll even get it right next time too. Oh, so I love that. And right behind that is the singer of healing. I love that. So brownie spirits, if y'all don't know what brownie spirits are, and because I'm only talking about it because it came up. Brownie spirits are the fairy spirits that help you. They like to help keep the house clean. They like to keep the house safe, sacred, protected, beautiful. They like to help out. So this is like the form of like when we feel cluttered and we get that like inspirational boost to like start cleaning up or something like that. Or if we lost something, they'll help us find it by putting it right in our face or something like that. But when they're like the Bodach and their shadow side, or in the ways of like, meaning to do good but don't necessarily do good, these could be the type of fairies that you're looking for something and they're hiding it from you. Or I'm sorry, that's more like the malicious trickster fairies, because he's correcting me. The Bodach is not like that. It's more like, oh, you were looking for your keys, so let's say you're looking for your car keys. Oh, you're looking for your car keys, so I'm going to put it right on top of the hood. And you normally don't have it on the top or right on top of the wheel of the car, and you never put it there, and you're looking all over the house and you can't freaking find it. And then maybe you have a spare copy of the car keys and you drive off and the original key was like there and it's like lost. Or like mentioned, like that oops gossip, telling other people's business without meaning to tell other people's business. Take the messages how it resonates for you, but brownies are technically like benevolent fae spirits, and they do actually tend to be helpful, which is why in reverse it's like, if someone is actually being helpful, if there's actually a brownie spirit that's helping you around, leaving a little gift of gratitude or an offering is something that helps them help you more around the house as well, right? Help you declutter, help you bring joy and stuff like that. Even if it's like a little, like they like milk and they like sweets, but every brownie is different, right? I remember I went to the park, and I didn't get it from her, but at the time, I met this elf, and she liked brownies, and I was thinking regular brownies, and she meant brownie spirits, the brownie phase. And I was like, oh no, you are wicked. I knew she was a wicked elf. I just knew it. But she was like, no, I'm the good kind. She is the good kind, but she eats brownies. There's going to be beings that just like light workers, right? Sometimes there's certain healers in the community, in the spiritual community, that they mean well, but they may not have done the work to clear out their mental, emotional, physical clutter to actually give healthy, meaningful, advice or healing or something like that, right? And they can cause more harm than good by giving like false information or it's just being mindful. You're gonna know how this energy resonates for you. So we're gonna move on here to a self-love message. Then I'm gonna get into the crystals. Similar experience with an elf. I have a similar, oh my God, that's so funny. Slow down. You're being called to slow down and nourish yourself. I did mention something about like changing your food, so I'm gonna read that too. When it feels like our world is spinning out of control, it's easy to get overwhelmed. This is a good time to begin a daily meditation practice. Your mind is the most open and receptive in the morning, which is why it's helpful to start your day with centering exercises, cultivate stillness within, and know that there is no rush. At the end of our days, we won't care about our to-do list. Wish we had loved more, lived more, been at peace. Don't wait. Slow down now. And then it says here with nourish yourself. And right behind nourish yourself is pause again. All right. And y'all did have all that healing and singer of healing. So even if you're getting a lot of inspiration and stuff like that, like there's probably some deep, like the healing I feel like y'all doing is so massive and so deep and so grand that it's not to be rushed. And if there's any loose ends, this is for y'all to clear out the loose ends so that y'all truly moving forward with grace and no residual energy from it. And you're not really truly gonna move forward until you clear the loose ends, you clear the residual energy. Nourish yourself. Have you been using food to numb rather than nourish? Be honest. If so, break that pattern today. Show yourselves that you care by choosing healthy, wholesome foods made with love. Eat your veggies. Make a green juice. And toast to your longevity. Cheers. All right, let's see here what Crystal Deva has a message for you. So you have Divine Temple here with Source. You have here Ruby and Blue Kyanite. I love Blue Kyanite, and Ruby is such a great. So I'm gonna read both of these here. Just take a moment here. With Ruby, it says shine. Blue Kyanite says, let it go. You are quite literally letting go so that you can shine. And this is Source, the Divine Temple in the bottom of the deck. That's like, as you go within, as you let go of the old traumas, the old stories, the attachments, the fear factors, you can't externalize your shadow work because it's an internal thing. You have to go through it to get through it. So let's I'm gonna read Blue Kyanite first, and then I'm gonna read the Ruby. Hey baby, I like it like that. All right, letting go. Take a moment here and just connect here with the crystal. The sacred geometry and structure of kyanite allows for energy to flow very directly and powerfully through this crystal like a strong electrical current. This powerful medicine promotes letting go of dormant emotions, feelings, and energy that has been held within the energy field and physical body. Kyanite is inviting you to open and receive its powerful medicine as you let go and surrender to all that is no longer serving you in life. It deepens your self-awareness, expands your consciousness, creating new opportunities in life, allows you to let go of old emotions and thus make way for the new. Assists in connecting to your voice with free-flowing expression. Oracle reading message from the Crystal Deva. You have drawn this card today to remind you that it is time to surrender and let go. As we journey through life, we collect and hold on to old belief systems, ideas, emotions, feelings, and experiences that have hurt or affected us in some way or another. You may be currently feeling held down by old baggage, negative feelings, and thoughts that you have found challenging to let go of. The Devas are here to share with you that the past is now behind you and it is time to detach, release, and let go of all that no longer serves you. Whether it be an old hurt, relationship, job, friendship, or behavior. Offer these feelings over to the Crystal Devas as they assist in the letting go process. You are encouraged to work deeply with the Devas of Kyanite as they show you how to surrender, let go, and move with the flow. It is time to set yourself free from the old restraints and allow a new, fresh energy into your world. Feel yourself releasing all expectations and control and allow yourself to fly high and set yourself free. Woo! Let's go to Ruby. Hello, beautiful soul. I just had it. There we go. Shine. Ruby can be found in several different forms. Star rock ruby, and polished ruby. This healing medicine encourages you to look deep within your old wounds and traumas and invites you to allow the light of transformation invites you to allow the light to transform the pain as deep healing occurs. Its medicine invites you to look deeply into your soul and see your magnificence. When you can truly accept yourself and all life's challenges, you will truly shine. Ruby helps dissolve deep trauma and grief within the body and allows you to love yourself through the challenges of life. It enhances passion in all areas of life. It deepens your sense aspects of self, allowing you to receive a flow of life force, energy, and creativity. It helps to recognize the source in an inexplicable fear and anxiety. To recognize the source of inexplicable fear and anxiety. In a reading, you have attracted this card into your life to remind you that it is time to shine. You are beautiful, loving, shining light on this planet, possessing deep love and wisdom to share with many. If you have been feeling a little down on yourself, know that it is time to put aside those negative thoughts and feelings and start believing that you are a beautiful beacon of light here to shine your light on this world. The devas are with you, and they encourage you to look deeply within to see the truth of who you are. It is time to stop hiding and step out into the world and shine your beautiful light. You have been playing it small and hiding in the shadows for too long. And now it is time. And now it's your time to shine. Ruby gives you permission to shine your lights out into the world and to know that you are amazing. Let's get some dice. Well, let's get the ruins here first. Let's see here what ruins here. Oh. 2 came out. So I'm going to honor it. I was going to put it back, but I heard there's like 2 different collectives here. Like some of y'all are still letting go in the shadows in that space. And then you're going to be getting ready to come out and shine. And some of y'all are in the space of like, come out and fucking shine, right? So let's see here. I just want to make sure because there's 2. Oh, I just had you. Oh, goodness gracious. Bear with me, y'all. Gratitude for your existence. Thank you for being such a beautiful soul, existing here in divine light, serving in your purpose, letting go of what is no longer serving you. Is this one? I have to see. Or is it this one? There's 2 that look the same. That's why. And I burned it. So I'm trying to see the direction. Okay, it's this one. All right. There's 2. One is up, one is down. So, and then this one here. There we go. I keep hearing, I like it like that. All right, so for one collective here, I just want to make sure that that was the right one. Yeah, it is. Okay. You want to draw it like this because the way that I did it on here, it quite literally doesn't even look like. I'm like, when did I do that? I don't even remember making it like that. Oh, no, that's this one. That's why. Okay. I thought so. I was like, that doesn't look like the right one. Okay. Because it wasn't. It wasn't. Okay. Kanaz. That's why. So you want to draw it like this. So before, maybe you're called to both of them. Maybe you're just called to one. So again, having your discernment, allowing divine intervention to guide you. But Kanaz is connected to inspiration, torch, creativity, light in the dark, fire, revelation, passion, love, knowledge, learning, teaching, understanding. Patronizes researchers and scientists. It could be both a negative and positive rune. It brings disclosure. Rekindle a dying flame. Identify and points out problems. It reveals people's qualities and strengthens them. A beacon for action of other runes. Do not use this rune for too long because it can burn. Rise in temperature. Views situation with clarity. Shared interests, craft, arts, and community. It dispels ignorance. It brings spiritual healing and helps find lost treasure. And then the other, just want to make sure I put it the right direction. Okay. So it's downward and it's Iwaz. So Iwaz personifies and you want to draw it like that. This direction, because if you draw it with the Z up, it is a different rune. It has a different meaning. like that. Personifies the unity of the universe, life and death and balance, aspiration and inner strength and risk. It connects with astral transitions or shamanic journey between different worlds of the universe, access to the hidden, disclosure and self-knowledge, protection from the invisible, improving spiritual endurance and developing hard will, release from inner fears and worries, unleash your inner strength and hopes in overcoming obstacles, physical and spiritual. So yeah, you can quite literally be called to use both of them in your practices. And they both align with the messages that was coming through here. So last but not least, I am going to shake the dice, see what messages come through here. If there's any zodiac signs, you're going to know what makes sense to you. Okay, so Taurus can be quite literal, could be significant to you. Saturn can be significant to you. Capricorn can be significant to you. The number 2. The number 1. Mercury. The number 9. And the number 5. All right, Virgos, I love y'all so much. I affirm that you are receiving divine healing, protection, safety, rejuvenation, nourishments, nurturements, supports, and all that good jazz to easily and gracefully be in your magic, be in your power, be in your beauty. I love you and thank you for existing. Thank you for allowing me to be a divine catalyst, a messenger to service you for your highest and greatest good. And until next time, peace, y'all.